Welcome back to my channel. I have something today that I hope is going to blow your minds in the way that it did mine. So Archangel has been buffed. Yeah, Archangel, hopefully you all know and love, one of the greatest champions in this game. Since day one, he has helped people get through a shit ton of content. Sorry, crap ton of content. But he's been buffed in a pretty major way. Showing you his abilities right now, just so you guys can understand where I'm going with this. But the change that was made this most recent update, I've been experimenting with it the entire month just so I could know how to make a video on it and I could explain it well. So what they have changed is that now, instead of combining a bleed and a poison to make a neurotoxin as the bleed is triggered, they have made it to where it consumes the oldest stack of bleed, which in layman's terms just means that he's going to be refreshing his bleeds every time he gets a neurotoxin, which kind of sounds like, okay, whatever, but what that does is you're going to be able to keep a high stack of bleed on all the time, meaning they're always going to get a poison, or they're most likely going to get a poison every time you get a block in, which means you're going to be able to be way more aggressive with the neurotoxins. You're not going to have to wait to re-up your bleeds, which is kind of the worst thing about Archangel. He is a great champion. And I got some footage right here that I want to show y'all just to really get this in your heads. He blocks him, we get a neurotoxin, you can see the bleed refresh. So essentially what it's doing is preventing these bleeds from ever falling off, making you a very high poison chance, a very high chance to get a poison every time he hits that block. And then you're going to smack into him with the heavy attack, and then every neurotoxin you get, every bleed you convert, is going to turn into a neurotoxin and refresh the bleed. So this makes him probably double as fast as he normally would be, and it is a major change to the character. I wouldn't say right away, because usually when I find stuff like this, I'm like, it's a bug. This almost has to be a intended change, although his abilities, if you want to scroll back to the beginning of the video, do clearly state that it combines a bleed and a poison as the bleed is inflicted, so that is not, it is currently not showing as correct. However, it is operated like that for as long as Archangel has been in the game. Like, this is a change that was either willfully made, or somebody would have had to change something integral about the game to where that performs that way, which I really doubt, but you know, I could be wrong on, so I'm not 100% sure. This could be a bug, but I seriously doubt it. I'm imagining designed change. I don't know why you would want to buff Archangel, but it seems almost like a design change to me. Just because of how long it has been like it is now, or like it was to as it is now. So you're going to be a little hard pressed to convince me that this would be anything but a design change. I don't think it's going to be major if he's changed back, but as of right now, Archangel is even more broken than he already is. Keeping the neurotoxins up 100% of the time, keeping the bleeds up, changes him immensely and makes him a much more valuable champion. What I'm going to show you here is ROL Wolverine. He has a little bit of a lower health pool than the other ROL people, so I want you all to watch how fast this goes. Archangel can do this fight fast, but even with bad RNG, even with things not going perfectly, this buff makes this fight a joke. And you might be thinking, oh, maybe it's because I've got the Horseman, maybe it's because I've got the White Magneto, maybe it's because of XYZ. I have I've gone through every piece of content and tested this. This is what I've been spending most of the month doing. I've been, speaking of which, I've had some lapsing and filming, and I do apologize for that, but I'm hoping to get back to it. Same old, just very busy time of the year for me. So I'm hoping to get back to making as much content as I possibly can. 11 stacks of neurotoxin, by the way. That is insane damage. Doing the math, that's about 100,000 damage over the course, and of course they're getting paused by the Apocalypse Horseman ability, so it can be pretty insane with those neurotoxins on there. Here's just Archangel by himself, no synergies, no nothing, just to show you that this has nothing to do with any synergies or any additional things I am putting on Archangel. This is just something that has changed about him in his base kit. As I was saying, trying to get back into filming a little bit more. I definitely will be streaming more. Videos are going to come in as I, get inspired. I sometimes pressure myself into making videos, and I feel like those are kind of my worst videos when I'm not really excited about what I'm showing you. Like here, Archangel was my first fully maxed out 5-star. I love him. I use him for so much content in Battlegrounds right now, especially. He is a monster. He takes out all of his guys, probably maybe not double as fast, but close to it. All of his opponents, that is, sorry. This is one of my favorite champions in the game. I love him, and I am very happy that this is a change that they have made for him, or that they have overlooked. If it goes back to normal, I would understand, because at this state, it is kind of ridiculous how much damage he can be dealing out and how consistently he can keep these bleeds up. And it does seem a little bit bugged, because one of Archangel's biggest weaknesses is having bad RNG. And this kind of eliminates bad RNG from him. As you're refreshing the bleeds, you're going to get the poisons every time. So it's a little bit weird. Here we're just taking him into normal questing, because I want to show you guys it's not a weird ROL thing. It's not a horseman thing. It is just how the character is now. This is 100% all the time. He's always going to refresh the bleed right there. And keep in mind, every bleed he inflicts on that heavy, so if he has 3 bleeds that turn into neurotoxins, they're going to refresh every time. I did do this on a knockdown heavy and a mutant supremacy or whatever that gives him 125% attack, because I like to have fun, and Archangel's damage is nuts, and I wanted to see how fast these guys can run. I'm going to stop it here after this Mole Man video, but guys, take a look. It is ridiculous. The things that this man can do now as opposed to what he did before, so much faster. So much faster, the damage is crazy, and just being able to consistently keep those stacks up is something that I just did not anticipate them changing about him. And, you know, again, we're not sure the legitimacy of this yet, but I would hesitate to say, I mean, unless they purposely, or unless they, like, mess something up, this is not something that's, like, they could just, oops, we accidentally changed this one specific thing about this one specific character. So, I'd say this is probably looking good for Archangel fans. He's a lot better now, not that he wasn't great already. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and have a great day.